Aloha friends! Have a quick update on the Cactus Wall. For any of those that just want to see some plants today. Let me set this down. I've got a pair of tongs and a bag because I'm going to collect some of the ripened pear fruits. See if I can get a little bit of cactus juice this morning. And, but yeah. So let's just have a look-see real quick, eh? Yeah, yesterday, these 3 flowers had bloomed, and now we have them closed, and these 2 are open. I'm guessing this one will open tomorrow. This one is particularly doing the best because it gets the most shade. So folks, just because it's a cactus doesn't mean it likes full sun. In fact, as we go down the line, you'll notice some of them are not doing as well as this first one, and that is because, well, I think this one gets the most water anyway. So that's helped it reestablish its roots the most. But it also gets the most shade due to the house. Some of these other ones are doing okay because they get shade in the morning from this tree. But definitely once the sun gets high enough, they are fully exposed. So like this one's not doing quite as well. It looks a little dry and a little bit sunburnt here, but it's alright. Got a lot of flowers coming in, and I'm about to harvest those pears and make some juice. This one's got 3 flowers coming in. You can see some parts of those ears are really dry. This one as well has a lot of flowers coming in, so I'm going to pull those pears off. This one's doing well. It gets just the right amount of shade. These next ones get a good amount of shade in the morning. Plus this was a really big piece, so it really helped it reestablish. Well, I gotta pull that cactus pear off and not eat that one. But we got one nice flower right here. This is great. I've actually been watching this flower all morning slowly open up. And we got an ear as well. This one's got 2. Oh yeah. There's that one, and there's actually 2 right there. This one is having a hard time figuring out which way is up, but it knows where the sun goes. Interesting. So those will bloom soon. And this one probably having a bit of a hard time, but adjusting. I'm going to collect all those pears, and we've got 5 flowers coming in. Now this one, this ear looks like it was already kind of coming off. So we got 2 new ears and a bud. I think this is the one that's built practically on top of that red anthill. Five flowers. Yep. And here's the one next to the sidewalk. Getting a lot of sun, probably not getting as much water because it's so far away from the hose, but we got 2 flowers. There they are. And I just want to show you the resilience of these prickly pears. There's a false ocotillo and some dragon fruit. So I had 3 more than I wanted to plant because I don't want them super close to the sidewalk. And I don't want them here, even though they would do really well right here. Because having thorny things so close to the house wall means I can't get into space to maintain the area as needed. But that one's not doing much. And this one's got 2 flowers. And this one has 7 flowers. I suspect that if I really tried and put them in a pot, I could still save them. It's just the resilience of the cactus. You know, and just a little astrology. Let me go to the shade here. The tree shade that's saving some of these cactuses. The main point that I was getting at was Saturn with building the wall and knowing the limits. And limits is really important, and you can see how resilient the cactuses are, especially with those 3 I showed at the end that aren't even planted, and yet here we are weeks if not months later and they're still kicking, and they're actually flowering because they know that they're not in the ground, and they know that their time is coming to an end. So they're giving everything they've got in order to create those flowers and hopefully create the pairs and go to seed so that they can continue on into the next generation. So that's a really important lesson that the god of agriculture, Saturn, helps to teach us, is knowing when to let go and knowing when it's time for things to come to an end, and allocation of resources. Those cactuses are not in the ground. They could attempt to put energy towards making roots, but what good would that do when they'll just be dried up by the sun? So every last remaining ounce of energy that those cactuses have is going towards flowering. So it's an important reminder to ask ourselves, where are we really? What are we really dealing with in our life? What's the environment that we have found ourselves in? Because a couple months ago, those cactuses were planted in someone else's yard, growing wild. I mean, it was thick and thorny. So, good questions. Thank you.